Ryan, just a quick glancing over the bookcase there. Any kind of unique books of note about either magic or like the lands below, the cities below?
Go ahead. No. Last time you did
Hmm.
scour. Go ahead and make me investigation check.
Can I assist and help her look for anything that would reference any cities
Sure. Go ahead.
if she wants to roll at advantage or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
You can aid her.
You said investigation, right, Ryan?
Correct. Roll me an investigation check at advantage. You
Starting
begin
off at my
to
tool.
scour through the books. Taking time, Jareth helping you go through them rapidly. You don't find anything relating to cities, places below, any information of real note or worth.
All right. Sounds good.
I think as far as that item that I swiped,
Yep.
I don't think I'd keep that a secret from anybody.
It's your call.
Yeah, I think I would definitely share that
Okay.
with everybody, especially Jareth.
So, with that, I will make that visible to everyone.
So I found a letter from Etham that says, Serial, the shipments continue to go as you instruct. When will the next payment, supposed to assume it say be delivered, it says next payment delivered. Also, when do I get to meet him? Etham.
So once you say that out loud, I'm going to ask Jareth if he recognizes that name, Etham.
Gareth does not. It's pretty damning evidence
Nertho
for
does.
Serial, though.
Nertho does.
Okay.
Oh.
Etham's my father.
And I'm like, what?
I was gonna say, do you say that out loud?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I kind of go,
Did you find that letter in the giant's room?
I'm assuming so that this would have been when I the player was AFK
Yeah.
doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I rolled a sleight of hand check and kind of like snatched it.
But yeah, did you read the letter aloud, at least? You just didn't mention the relation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Narther would just kind of put his hand on your shoulder for a second, kind of nod.
And if Redwind's talking, I would go, well, it's a possibility that, I mean, I only know one Etham myself, and it just happens to be my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah. You know,
So-
father, dad, daddy.
Well, yeah, I know what that means, but
I was
like,
gonna say, I think Jareth would kind of just like snap his neck and look at you with like a very much raised eyebrow.
I mean,
did
what-
you know about this about your father? You haven't mentioned him before.
well, I mean, he's a shipper. We're
A shipper of what?
goods, anything, everything.
Including illegal things?
I mean, I wouldn't.
He's.
I wouldn't put it past him.
But to your knowledge, he's never shipped anything illegal.
I mean, the business was always on the. I mean, the business was always on the up and up, and I made one deviation from a shipping contract, and he disowned me.
Oh.
So you're no longer in contact with him.
No. I mean, I occasionally will try to get a hold of Mum, but Dad won't. It's been, what we say, 24 years.
Well, and even when we don't speak, we are always in contact with our family.
And I mean, he's always. What I remember of my dad was, I mean, if there was as straight a shoot as you could think of, out with him. By the book. Everything. By the book. I mean, we set the dinner table. Knives, forks, and everything had to be a knuckle width from the edge of the table, and plate centered, everything.
So a perfectionist.
Yeah, putting it lightly, yeah.
24 years is long enough for people to change, I suppose.
I mean, in the life of an elf, though, I mean, 24 years is, a flash in the pan.
Was he ever. Did he ever strike you as the religious sort, since this seems to be tied to this cult?
No, no,
So he wouldn't maybe be
no.
doing it for
He,
religious reasons.
if unless logic was a religion.
Ryan, is this chamber that we're in, as far as we know, like a dead end? Like there's no.
Yeah, best that you all can tell from looking around. You haven't seen anything beyond this place worthwhile or not.
I mean, Dad was always had a oh well, holier than thou attitude. I mean, he knew his station, and he knew that our family wasn't as high as he would like it to be, and I could see him striving to give us more prestige
But he
and
didn't make you privy
influence.
to the business,
Oh, I was at one point,
or to the best of your knowledge.
and but I made, as he would call it, clinical errors in judgment, and for that brought shame to the family.
What did you question of him? That
Oh, it's not that I questioned anything; it's what I did. And I mean, letter of the law. Did I break it? Yes, I did. And he said his hands were tied, and that there was nothing he could do, and yada yada yada. I mean, I've got an older brother who's the apple of his eye.
well,
You deviate one airship from one route to go after a distress call that no one else claims to remember.
To be fair, from your description of him, he has always been what my people would have called a dick.
Yeah.
Big Richard? Yeah, I go with that.
How involved is your father in the day-to-day operations of his business? Would you suspect that, although, I mean, this is written to him specifically, you don't think someone would be doing this behind his back or underhandedly, would you? I mean,
There's not a thing in the shipping business, at least ours, with how lucrative it can be, that he doesn't at least know about. I mean, having the contracts to ship goods and services all around might some folks not seem very prestigious, but we ship everything.
Riva, let me ask you this: how do you feel about your father?
Well, I think he's a pretentious ass.
Would you be willing to perhaps betray him if the time were to come, should he be involved in anything.
Well, I really do, but I don't know if I'll really consider that betrayal. I mean, there's our station in the family. It wasn't at least it wasn't high enough to really question much of those above us.
Do you think he's
And
doing this on someone's bidding?
it's it's possible. It's possible he's doing it of his own volition to acquire the means to raise the family status. I don't know. I mean, like I said, he was always extremely stern and thought better of himself than most of those beneath him, but outright breaking the law, I I would have never put him forward.
I think we have a lot to discuss, but that tier character, I wouldn't put it past him to have left some safety measures behind for us, and I don't think this is the type of environment that we want to stay in to have a long discussion of going forwards.
I mean, I can always try to reach out.
I think that'd be our best bet going forwards, given
Like I can't reach out to my dad.
but your
But
brother.
no, definitely not him.
Not on good terms with your brother, even
Um,
father?
it's I'm not on bad terms. I really would more put it. I'm not on any terms.
I mean,
When my father disowned me, so did he.
it's always something we could try to push up to Captain Adelum as well.
Now, my mom, she understood why I did what I did,
Uh,
and while being disappointed in my decision, she has not. She's disowned me publicly, but privately, well, she's my mom.
Speaking of Captain Adelum, though, would we consider what we have found enough evidence?
That might be for Adelum to decide. He knows what's going on.
We found
There.
notes, we found connections, but we found nothing damning or connected to, I mean, anything related to my predicaments, let alone what's going on. I mean, this tier character, it's all hearsay on our end. We found notes sent to Sariel. We found his insignia.
You
But
also,
no.
You also remember do have his journal as well.
Oh, we have Sariel's journal?
You do.
While it might not be enough for a very strong case against him, I am wondering if perhaps time is of the essence. Captain Adelum seemed like, he was risking a lot and that things were very dangerous. So perhaps the sooner we can get to him any information that we can, because it's solid. It might not be what we wish for as much as we wish for, but it's a place to start, and it might give him some more information for how he needs to proceed on his end as well.
That's right. So thinking about the journal, just to refresh everyone, I don't know if anyone else has it pulled up. His first entry says that Tyr would be pleased to hear the progress and patience of faith. They've secured shipments.
Does it have anything on it that specifically says cereal?
Not in our entries that we have.
It does bear his insignia on the outs and the when you open it up on the very first behind the cover, where you'd like put like who, like for a novel, you put like who it's dedicated to, that type of thing. It doesn't have his name on it, but it has his symbol emblazed upon it on the inside.
A lot of this evidence is something that somebody like Serial with maybe the right connections or whatever can pass off as purely circumstantial or faked, or he's been framed, sort of thing. But so I definitely think we should keep looking, but I also kind of think we should send what we have to Captain Adellum so that he's not operating in the dark either.
I agree, and from everything that we've learned, while Serial may be operating behind this, he seems to be upon and reporting to this Tyr figure that we met.
The question is, the only way we have to contact him are those message scrolls, correct?
Correct. You have 2 scrolls of sending.
Yeah, or sending. Can we condense this into, what is it, 20 words or whatever?
25 words or less.
Yeah.
I think we can make that work.
I think it may be better to arrange an
Meeting.
exchange of documents. Perhaps we could copy these documents, get them to him somehow.
The messages of sending, is there any way they can be intercepted?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh, God. I think I'll ask that to the party.
I would say then.
Not a spell I am familiar with.
Those who are proficient in Arcana may make an Arcana check.
And I will cast guidance on myself.
Sure, go for it.
So
I have good Arcana, but I'm not proficient.
and that's 1d4, so I'm just gonna do it this way.
Jareth is just sitting at a base 0 across the board on it.
Well, it's a skill I could have taken, but for RP reasons, I didn't.
Red one. You think long and hard about what you've read, what you've created. You're unsure. It's not something you've had experience or dealt with in your lifetime.
Yep, gotta love my rolls.
I mean, hey, it's not an attack roll, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you rolled a 3 and got a 14. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, should we make our way back towards the inn? Rest, regroup, plan?
Yes.
Cycle, reduce, reuse,
Yes.
close the
All right.
loop.
Would
And
you
I
like-
believe
Go ahead.
we haven't long rested since we leveled up, correct?
You have not.
Right.
Would we like to what?
Would you like to go back the same path you came from, or go somewhere else?
Yeah, remember we totally bypassed.
Yeah, that was that northwest corner.
Yep.
I say we keep looking. We might run into Tyr again.
Oh no, he's gone.
I doubt it, yeah.
No, he like bamped out. If I remember, I did see him like
Correct.
portal
Yeah,
the
he
fuck
left
out.
by.
Portal away. How's everyone looking on supplies right now?
I mean supplies.
Potions.
Some fries. Some fries, motherfucker. Lies, motherfucker.
Jareth has got 2 potions of healing left, and I've got 2 munition uses left. So I'd be fine for a fight.
I'm still looking pretty good resource-wise.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'd be looking
go.
better with third-level spell slots, but
Yeah, like obviously, I have leveled up, but I was at full hit point for the most part after healing up a little bit that I did. Like,
Someone's just over here rolling in the corner.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
wizard. That's a lot of shit for one container.
where am
All right.
I?
Well, I would suggest continue to explore. With that fight, if they had any actual allies, I think they would have come to assist.
Maybe.
There
Maybe.
was a spell or an effect of some kind where he tried to summon, I think, his allies to him, but
Not
I
that I
don't know.
remember.
I'm pretty sure I remember something like that.
He tried
All
to
I
do
remember is
something,
the
but it
screams and
failed.
smell of barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
I'm not going to want to eat barbecue for a while, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Is this the silent passageway again?
it is.
Well, no, this is.
Oh, that was underneath.
So, are you
the
attempting to
throne room.
move silently, or are you just walking through?
I would like to go ahead and be stealthy.
Perfect. If
Yeah.
you could give me a blind stealth check.
Yep. And if he's being sneaky, I'm sneaking with him.
All right. If I
You
can
want-
get one from each of you before you move on.
See, I think Jareth would try as well.
Good luck. Okay.
Brian. Oh, I did not roll that blind.
Well, you're fine. Go ahead and re-roll blind.
Oh, but that was a good.
It was. That was legitimately the best stealth you've had all game.
It was.
So, Gorwin, if I could get one from you as well. Before we continue.
Bet those weren't as good.
You'll never know. Gorwin, if I could get a stealth check from you as well.
Alright.
I mean, I know the lowest I can roll
Mm-hmm.
is an 11.
All right. So, Gorwin, as you move up to kind of get a better vantage point atop this large stone throne with skulls surrounding it, all of a sudden, a crossbow bolt comes flying across your brow.
Do I know the direction it came from?
It's coming from over here. Okay. And with that, I would like everyone to roll initiative. So, Gorwin, what you do see is a bunch of bandits aggressively dressed individuals who are at the ready, light crossbows in hand, as though they're almost waiting for something to come out of here. And with that, we get combat. So, Riva, it is your turn.
Okay, here's the question.
Yes.
Have we leveled up?
You have.
Or have we...
But we haven't rested.
Correct.
Alright, let's see here.
So we don't get our extra abilities yet?
Nope.
Spell slots and things like that aren't available.
So second attack would be out of the question?
So that's a feature.
That is a feature that you would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that has a resource, you would not.
Okay.
Alright,
And
well,
as Sean pointed out, kind of at the beginning of the session, you don't have to level up after a long rest. You just kind of have to does it.
Nope. yeah, there's no actual rule against it. But yeah, I think I'm going to move to there.
Okay.
I am going to target this guy, and you just see all the stress, everything that's been going on, and now this. He just... You see him grab his rapier, and it erupts in green flame as he goes to strike out. So first against him is the regular rapier attack.
That'll hit.
Oh, it's not even showing me. It's not even showing me any rolls.
It's because you weren't blind.
All right, perfect. So that'll
Hit
hit
for 11 damage.
for 11 damage, and then some. And then the second guy down here is going to get... Let's see if this works. So that is actually supposed to be... let me double check. That's supposed to be 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go in and modify the spell
Alright.
too.
So, Goran, you're the only one who's able to see this. And underneath, you catch a hint of this. You watch as Riva just charges forward, striking down the individual who shot at Goran with the light crossbow. He releases that bolt. Riva instantly reacts, rushing forward. His blade starting to light a flame, this green hue, killing that archer of some kind instantly, and the flame erupting, starting to slowly engulf the individual to his left, to his south. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, because that would not classify as an attack on the guy down there. So I'm not going to move.
Alright. Look at that. Gorwin, this is your turn.
Alright. Well, I'll start. Do
It is
bonus
my
act.
turn. I have to fix all this. Alright, it is actually this individual next to you.
You should have loaded that mod I sent you. It gives you those little ring markers around everybody. Lets them know who's.
He looks over at you, just that flame erupting, killing his friend, his comrade in arms, and then at you. He just gives you this wicked, toothy grin to use multi-attack. He's gonna
Yep.
slice out of you with his scimitar, missing wildly, and coming in with a dagger low, striking you. And that will end his turn. Now, Gordon, it's your turn.
Alright. Now, I'll use bonus action Shield of Faith
Okay.
myself. Then I will just shout back to those who kind of are behind, just being like, we got trouble in the northwest corner of the room. Then I will move.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright. And with that, it is this individual's back here. He's going to actually rush forward, getting next to his ally over here, looking down at you. He's going to strike at you with his scimitar, missing wildly, ending his turn. This next bandit, he's rushes forward, coming in, attempting to strike out at you, hitting barely, slicing in your upper left arm.
Channel my inner Matthew Lillard. Bill Woodsy.
And with that, Nertho,
Dying over here.
it is your turn.
Considering that Matthew Lillard is a huge TNT nerd.
He's just a national treasure in general.
Dude, like his interactions with like fan children is heartwarming.
Yeah.
All right. So
And actually, the products that his company makes are fantastic D&D products.
from here.
All the Beetle and Grimm stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, that's his company.
10 foot. And I have 60-foot range, which. Okay, so I think I'm going to cast a new spell. Well, not new, but one I haven't cast yet. Wither and Bloom.
Noise.
Since it's your first time casting this, could you describe what this looks like?
So this one is the skin and like veins of the people in the area. If assuming they fail, you would see them kind of shrivel up and kind of like they're having the water sucked out of them. And then
That is the most metal thing I've ever seen in my life.
and then Riva, if you would like to, you can roll one of your hit die.
Do I have to make the save, or I just...
No, you get
Okay.
the option to roll your hit die and get it back.
Sweet.
I don't know why. Oh, I guess because it's people within the creature of my choice within the area makes the Constitution save against the damage. It just automatically targets you. Sorry.
Which creature in the area would you like the damage to go to?
All three.
Okay. Like that. What is your DC?
My DC is on the page somewhere.
Spend your spell casting.
15.
I
15.
get 6 hit points back. All
They
right.
all succeed.
Oh, in which
Take
case half. Yeah. Which is I rolled shit on it anyway, so they take 2 instead of 4.
So you watch as these vines almost come up from the ground, latching onto these individuals. They immediately shrug away, but really, you're the only one to really notice this as just the moisture, and the air is just drawn away from everything, and almost like comes into you, refreshing you a little bit. And they look irritated and agitated. But
Your healing actually rolled exactly the amount of damage done.
nice. All right. Anything else in there, though?
That was action. I'm seeing 4 enemies. Wait, no, that's 5 enemies, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I am going to use my bonus action to go into my starry form. I'm gonna target. Let's target that guy.
Okay. You will have partial cover.
Okay.
This one here.
Oh yeah. I don't have a. Oh, I'm targeting this guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. That normal. Go ahead.
Let's see, is this gonna actually work? Oh hey, I get the consume resource thing for them now.
Yep.
So I don't have to use the special version anymore. Awesome. Okay, so that is action, move, bonus action. That is my turn.
All right. With that, Redmond, it is your turn. Got a lot of back end work just to make sure things work the right way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to double move because I heard Gorwin shout out that we've got trouble, so I think I was going to move there. All right, and I think that's my return because I really don't have too many alternatives, so... And I'm going to check the food.
All right. Perfect. I sent you a message as well, Eric.
Okay.
Riva, you're in a tight spot as one of, similar to Prong's guards, is
Yep.
going to strike out at you with his spear, missing wildly in his turn. The other one rushes up past his friend. They are swarming you, doing their best to bring you down. Again,
Nope.
missing wildly. Your innate dexterous nature you are a whirlwind of almost air moving out of the way in the last second of blows. With that, Jareth, it is your turn.
Because only posers die.
If only posers die, you fuck.
Also,
Um,
cool guys don't look at explosions.
I'm gonna use the dash
Hey,
as my action.
Hey, Steve-O.
Yep.
Fuck you.
All right. Anything
That's
else?
about all I can do.
All right. With that, Riva, you are surrounded by everyone.
All right.
So popular.
Well. Now, yeah, you know what? That's cool. I don't mind being surrounded. So first I'm gonna lash out at the guy right in front of me. The green flame blade again. So there's first the rapier attack,
Yeah, he is hurting.
and then real quick, let me go into my
Just-
spell book. Let me
Lunge your blade striking into a fire and erupting.
let me look at my green flame blade real quick, see if I can fix it.
Oh.
On at 5th, you don't get bonus damage to the attack, too?
No, he gets now fire damage on my attack. So he's going to get a d8 of damage of fire damage. And then the second guy gets a d8 of fire damage and a spellcasting ability modifier.
So the secondary damage should be 1d.
8 plus int.
We'll have to take a look at that after. This one's going to take a little bit of work. Not
Yeah,
too
that one's
bad,
hard.
but-
Even in...
So yeah, so the first guy, I'm just going to roll... I'll just roll a d8.
Go for it. He suffers 3 more points of damage.
So the guy in front of me suffers 3 more points of damage.
Drops to the ground with your fire engulfing him.
And the next guy is going to take 7 damage.
It almost
The guy to the
comes
south.
alive. Just again erupting. You almost watch as it so flame comes alive, and as it consumes just the flesh of this being in front of you, it almost, as with a violent hunger, launches itself out of the one to the south.
Yep, and then the one to the south takes 7 fire damage.
Yep.
And then I will use my bonus action to disengage
Yeah. All right. You
and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
just move away from all the swinging of blades and spears. With that,
Keep running, just keep running.
this captain is this individual lunges forward, irritated by the fact that you again killed his friend, rushing forward, attempting to strike out you with the scimitar, hitting,
Yep.
and then striking out a second time with his dagger, missing wildly. With that, Gorwin, it is your turn.
Alright, well, let's start with here. And I am going to attack this guy.
Nope.
launch your
Darn.
chakra. It's just missing a Y to see deflects it with this shield he has.
And that is my turn.
Alright, with that, this bandit seeing you fall into the field. Not seeming to be able to land a blow against anyone, positions himself between both of you, Riva and Gorwin. He's going to actually strike out at you, Gorwin, with his scimitar. Missing wildly.
You're rolling rocks tonight, Ryan. Rocks.
It happens. Naruto, you're up.
Hey, if anybody understands that DM frustration, you're rolling poorly now. I mean, later tonight you're going to be rolling fucking rocks.
I mean,
You say, stop, Sean.
to be fair, when I was running the Gauntlet mod that we've converted to Pathfinder,
Yeah.
I didn't roll less than a 17 for
Aye,
every roll
ooh.
for
That's
4
true.
hours straight. I don't know how.
Stop summoning the Hades dice for us, Sean.
All right, Naruto, you're up.
All right. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. Let's see. Go up on Riva. I am going to go here.
Okay.
I'm gonna target him, use my starry form to bonus action shoot him. Terrible damage. So I'm also going to use my...
Does that require an attack roll?
it does, yes.
Yes, you need to make an attack roll. I
Yeah,
believe
okay.
The other form does the attack roll.
Yeah, so let's use that. Do you want me to just roll a
It should
d20
be.
so it doesn't re-damage him?
Yeah, go ahead. And we'll add your spellcaster modifier. Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Yeah. And then I will use
MF is
my-
representing
Uh-huh.
minimum damage.
I use one of my innate guiding bolts. Oh wait, have I already used the innate? Let's
Yes.
see.
I think you used one of them in the combat in this room before. I think you
Yes,
used
you did
one.
use one last session.
Okay. So that will be my last one. Then I need to edit
16
that.
will hit. Oof.
And he glow.
He's now
And
lit
that
with
is-
flame.
A turn.
All right, that. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. It was your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move here. And I think if we're going off of not having the spell slots that we would have at
Correct.
5th level,
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis as a 1st level spell.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't take anything, would I be able to then use that for Arcane Ward? Because that just feeds off of Abjuration spells.
I'm looking for that ability real quick.
It's Abjuration Wizard 2nd level ability.
You're not a 2nd level abjuration wizard. Oh yeah, you are. Sorry. Is that on your sheet? Is that an active
Yeah, it's
or
just a,
passive
yeah,
ability?
it's a feature. Yeah.
Yeah, it's under the features. It doesn't really have anything in it.
Oh, okay. What's it-
Arcane Tradition.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
require any resources.
Okay.
No, it powers up anytime you cast an abjuration spell, if I remember right. It's been a while
Yep.
since I...
What's
Yeah,
it
what's
called?
good
Arcane
abjuration?
Ward?
I think so, yes.
Alright. Yeah, it's not on your sheet. That's why I was confused. It is on there now. So, 2nd level. So, what does this do? Every spell first level. You gain hit points equal to. Yep. Okay, so you gain hit points equal to your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. What's temporary?
The ward has hit points.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't. So that can be used in conjunction with
Yeah.
like Armor of Agathis for temporary hit points. The way I understand it, the ward gets hit first, then the Armor of Agathis,
Yep.
and then me.
So you would gain Armor of Agathis, so that'll be 5 plus 2 plus 4, so you'll gain 11 temporary hit points. So just adjust your temporary hit points manually. You're gonna have to do that every time.
Yeah, you said 11.
Correct. And then
Okay.
once it goes through that first 6, then it'll go into the Agathis and deal that damage.
Okay.
Wizard tank. Weird.
Hmm.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, Dwarven Abjuration Wizards, man. They're fun.
All right. So that is my turn and my movement.
Okay. This guard moving forward, lashing out at the first thing that he can deal with, and he's going to try to strike out you with a spear, hitting you.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Right. Did you take damage?
You did.
Yeah,
You took
it did.
6.
Perfect. And with that, the Night Sister and his next guard is going to actually rush forward down here to the south, striking out at you, Gore, with his spear. This thing wildly. Jareth, you're up.
Okay, before I go, did we say that the gunblade can be used as a ranged weapon?
I believe you now have the archetype to do so. No, you don't have that ability.
Okay, I didn't think so.
You're the purely just in your face, like arcane shotgun blasting.
I guess I'll just use the dash and try to get right in the middle of everyone. And just kind of spit in their faces if I can.
As a bonus action, you just come forward, just blade dragging on the ground, just hawking a loogie at this one right here. Alright, Reva, you're up. Sean?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just messing with spell stuff. Alright, my turn. Well, deep thoughts there. Hey. So, got the guy in front of me. Same thing.
He's going to use his reaction to parry your blow. Causing
Okay.
your strike will still hit.
I'm gonna say that was I hope that would still hit.
Yep,
So, did that do the damage to him?
he did. He's looking very hurt.
Alright, well then he also get 8 fire damage.
As Sean says, parry this, you fucking casual.
Yeah.
Again, you're just flame erupting from your blade, dropping into the ground.
Oh no, that's the guy in front of me.
Yeah, he's still standing good for that. Okay, alright.
And then the guy to the south of me
Oh boy. Well,
is gonna get 6 fire damage.
again, your fire just consuming the being of the one just to the south of him.
And then I will step around
Okay.
like so,
Alright.
and that will end my turn.
This one is just. This individual right here is just pissed that you've been setting his friends on fire. You set him on
And him.
fire.
And him.
And him. He is just. He has a look of pure hatred toward you. So he's actually going to move north. Jareth, you may take an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
You might want to move him back.
If I would like.
Yeah, move him back, otherwise you won't be able to target him.
Yeah. So move him back.
Give me a second, I gotta reconnect my mouse so I can actually target him.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
No, I'm looking up mechanic questions.
Yeah, that'll hit. He is looking on death's door. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I won't use ammunition on him.
Alright. He just moves forward. Your blade, as you drag it, across the ground, it's sparking. You just cut him up the back as he just goes. Facing Reva, trying to just cut into him. He's going to multi-attack you, striking once with a dagger, striking a second time. He misses. Scimitar cutting into you, dagger missing wild. He is just a look of pure hatred in his eyes. Goran, it's your turn.
Alright. I'll attack the guy in front of me with a dagger.
That'll hit.
Hallelujah.
Nice hit.
Dropping him
Oh yeah,
to the
it's
ground.
about to get better.
Alright. He's super dead.
Yeah, I jumped
He's
up into
already
the ground
dead.
already.
He goes to look to watch, essentially.
Oh, and what did I say about defiling corpses to Jareth?
I was just gonna say, I thought Jared was the one that was mutilating corpses.
Hey,
goes
he
to
wasn't
look
a corpse
over-
when I hit him.
Yeah, he goes to look over at his compatriot running towards Reva, and as he just tries to whip his head around, you just casually put your blade where his throat would be, and he just cuts his own throat open with it. Just falling to the ground. Anything else?
I'm gonna go join the party that's over here.
All right. Narrative.
Hey, he's flat-footed now. Oh wait, wrong system.
10,
not playing half
15, 20,
Darn.
25 to there. I'm gonna do a second level cure wounds on Reba.
Yay.
And then I'm going to target the captain with my Sorry form archer.
Alright, go ahead and make that happen. Here we go.
Ooh, nice.
Woo. Not even gonna bother parrying.
Ooh, nice. Alright.
He attempts
And-
to block the arrow, the spiritual arrow out of the way, and it just slides through his webbing, hitting him in the chest. He drops to one knee, is hurt.
Oh, that's my turn.
Alright. This individual, he's looking nervous. He's not
That's
sure.
Redwind's turn.
Oh, sorry, Redwin.
Ryan,
Go ahead.
you just skipped over me. Yeah.
Sorry.
Rude.
Restrain him. Interrogate.
This is being weird again. Nope, I don't want to do that.
You sure?
Blah.
There's those Erica attack rolls.
Yep, they're back. They never left, but they're back.
You move forward trying to punch him, and he just spins around, just blocking your blow with his shield. Anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna stay put.
Erica, have you ever thought about playing a cleric? Who just makes everybody else roll saving throws?
Maybe I should after this.
Strikes out at Eureka with the spear, missing. Jareth, take us home.
Better yet, an evocation wizard with saving
you-
throw spells.
you skip
Then you do
that guard
damage
then,
regardless.
Brian,
Say again?
you skipped that guard
Oh, I
after
did
red
not.
one.
He missed. Wild.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he missed me.
Um,
I'm just
Yeah, I
dodging
wanna-
and weaving.
I want to try to grapple this guy, the one that's looking scared.
What?
Go
Now
ahead.
you show restraint.
Your talk really got through to him.
I was gonna say you berated me, Sean.
For mutilating corpses.
He already looks terrified.
It was a stressful day, alright? Alright, go ahead
Stressful
and make
week, Jareth.
an opposed athletics. You attempt to no avail.
And then I can't use my extra attack, correct?
You can.
Nope. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's something that requires resources. Like I can cast my cantrips, but I can't cast any of my first level spells.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And a attempt to grapple counts as one of your attacks, not as a action. Yeah.
Just cut into it. Once, apparently twice. You're that. Okay, so that first.
Yeah,
attack,
how did it hit the second guy?
That first attack should have hit the second guy.
correct.
It should have been 11 to the guy in the middle.
Oh, you didn't. You weren't attacking the guy on the left.
No, I was trying to restrain and attack just the dwarf, the one that was not almost dead.
So this one would be.
Oh, so we thought you were going based off of what you said. Even I thought you were going after the guy that's super scared and hurt.
No, you kill him. He's super dead. The guy in the center is you just cut into him, attempting to grab him on the left of the family. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Riva, you're up. One enemy remains. He's on death's door.
He is on death's door.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know
it was
what?
the full health guy that was terrified. But it doesn't matter.
And you just see Reba just lash out, strike a pose,
With that,
and stab him with not even a green flame blade, just stab out with his rapier, just right through the guy's eye. Just
and with that, you enter combat.
well, that
Oh,
that was invigorating.
Did they seem like they were running from something?
No.
they were
It
just
seemed like
standing
they
there.
were waiting
menacingly.
for us. Based off the descriptions that the DM gave us, they were waiting for us to come out.
They're just standing there menacingly.
I think
Well-
loot.
Yep, I was about to say I'm going to loot these bandits' corpses, see if they got anything.
Check for notes.
You take your
Any more
time
evidence?
rifling through their pockets. You find 2 spears, 2 rapiers, 2 daggers, a couple of light crossbows. Nothing of real value.
Spears as in like melee spears or
Yeah, melee spears.
okay.
These might have been the people that it was either Gorwin or Neartho heard.
I heard him.
I heard
too,
him.
yeah.
We were sneaking around earlier.
Is there any semblance that they might be connected to the people already in here, Ryan?
2 of them looked like they were guards of some sort. They were dressed very similarly to the ones that were with Krong.
Okay.
You see Riva just kind of drop to both knees, holding his rapier, head bowed, just sobbing, uncontrollably, just sobbing.
How wrong, friend?
And Neritho would know about the accident
Hmm.
that where Riva's sister died in a magical accident that Riva totally thinks is his fault. Metagame wise, it's not his fault, but you're never going to convince Riva otherwise. And it had to do with magic. He was supposed to be the scion, the magical scion of his family. And after his sister died in a magical training accident, he forswore magic. But the stress of all of this going on, finding the letter that was addressed like from his dad, all these emotions and everything just raging through him, and then these people just coming, and he just primally lashed out, and that's when you really saw like his blade light up in green flame, and even with tears in his eyes as he's just slaughtered these people and danced around most of their blows as his training. Like you've always known that he was a little different. but the magic and his disdain for it, but at the same time, understanding that in this world it's so prevalent, he's just trying to come to terms and grips with what he has just done in his own psyche to embrace the power that he forswore so long ago and vowed never to touch again. But here he is, as his friends are in danger and everything's going on, just tapping back into that energy and letting it be unleashed, which he was always good at. He was always an adept at doing the style of combat magic. And it's taken a toll on him.
Jareth, with not being very charismatic and great with friends, kind of claps Riva on the shoulder, says, "Holy fuck, you hiding one of these gems in you somewhere too?"
No, no, Gem. It's just I was trained long ago. It's one day. One day, remind me to tell you the story. Just not now.
Are you ready to continue on?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Ooh. Yeah,
I think Jareth takes the piece of torn carpet and mops the blood up off of Riva's hands and stuffs it back in his pocket.
yeah, yeah, Ryan. It is, but I welcome our AI overlords when they arrive, and I do not challenge their authority. I want that on record. Is that right, Nathan?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you all get the sense that whatever else would lie in here is probably no more. You feel fairly confident that the area is safe and clear.
I think Jareth would like to ask everybody, do we want any evidence of us leaving, being left behind? I mean, we're not going to hide these corpses, but if we want to get out of here, I can make our tracks of us leaving unknown.
I don't. I mean, Thea knew we were here.
Oh.
What's the
Yeah.
matter?
It might be good for him not to know where we live.
I will say, I feel like if that tier guy suspects that we survived, as in not seeing our corpses, things are probably going to get a lot more interesting from now on.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I for one look forward to meeting him again.
I agree.
As he holds up his rapier, I have some pointed questions for him. And now, like you see, like Reva was just on his knees sobbing just a little bit ago, and now he's like upright, looking around like nothing happened. Like he's good. Like he's focused.
Eyes a little red still.
Maybe just a hair. Like I said, the only one in this group that would really understand the depth is Nertho. Like he would understand the depths of what Reva just had to come to grips with. And correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan. I think that's something that Nertho would always be like you can't run from your destiny. You can't run from what's in you. But like one day you'll figure it out.
Oh, you can run, but oftentimes you'll find yourself running towards.
So, like, all in all, though, like, Reva's solid. Like, that was just a big emotional floodgate that he had thought he had closed off and dealt with
Can I have
forever
everyone
ago.
make a insight check? Except for Reva.
Yeah.
That one spun in the corner.
I would say Nertho, you don't need to. Based on
Oh. I actually didn't roll for some reason. I thought I didn't. Yeah.
Jareth.
Oh. Whoa, that was a journey.
Yep, in this moment you go, yeah, he's fine. You don't believe him, but you're like, you kind of, from your interactions and your history together, you know, Riva will come talk to you when he's ready, as he is a man of many words.
I think with that insight, Jareth would pull up the Duragar head and say, when it's time, we'll both give him a little peace of mind. And given the scolding that Riva gave him, Jareth will toss the Duragar head into the brazier next to him.
Yeah. And Jareth, you're able to find a little bit of peace and solace. Not a lot, but just a hair of it. Knowing that
No, I get what you're pointing towards.
There's someone that has been through a very traumatic experience near to something that you have been through. And it's very fresh in your mind due to how recent this has happened. So,
How to delete item from inventory?
you have to uncheck the lock in the top right corner. And then,
Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
So, with that,
Yeah, and Riva's not necessarily, he's not really being deceptive in anything that he's saying. Like, it's just a very emotional.
it's less about
Yeah.
being deceptive. It's more as if everyone, if the individuals can find a connection.
Yep.
So with that, the rest of you take the time to explore the area. Can I have everyone make an investigation check?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
cast guidance on
of
Riva.
Go for it.
for stuff. So
Yeah. Go ahead and let you cast that quick.
Ooh.
Ew.
Whoever else would like to make one can make one.
I made my contribution.
Good enough. Gorwin and Jareth, would you like to make rolls?
I did. I got a straight 10.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Gorwin, if you'd like to.
Might as well.
Go for it.
Zero.
A 0. You all
Nice.
Unadjusted 0.
spend the remainder of the better part of an hour exploring through this subterranean hideout of sorts. You find nothing of value. The only thing interesting that you do find is it seems to be there was some type of animal fighting pit.
Is that where I'm at?
No, you're nowhere near it. No corpses to be found, nothing of interesting, and nothing of note beyond that. You rummage through through a few bottles, a few barrels, a kitchen, underground little bar is actually built into here. But other than that, nothing of fancy strikes your eye.
Any booze in the bar?
Well, there is plenty of it.
I mean, I think Jareth would try to take a sack full if he can back to Gorwin's father to help kind of repay the favor of keeping him there.
Sure, I would say you're able to comfortably carry 6 bottles of a brackish liquor of your choice.
Did you say the fighting ring was empty? Like there were no animals there?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm going to make the connection that might have had to do with the body disposal pit well that we found.
That was in a complete separate area, but it is a possibility.
So.
And with that, you compose yourselves, clean up the best you can, and find yourselves back in the Fakes. Outside of here, what would you all like to do?
Given everything that's happened, how long would you say it would take us to get back to the inn?
The inn, the better part. Actually, go ahead and Nertho.
Yeah, I can cut that in half.
All right, go ahead and give me that survival.
Survival check.
To take advantage of the back alleys and places around. Easy enough. Once again, Nertho's sense of direction here is astounding, considering there is no sun. There is no way to figure out what direction you're going, other than just surviving down here. And with relative ease, he leads you back.
I was gonna say, before we initially leave, just given everything that kind of happened and with Tyr and whatnot, for him not to trace us back to necessarily Gorwin's place, I think I'll just cautiously do my pass the low trace.
That's an excellent idea.
Go ahead. Could I have you make a Constitution saving throw, please, Jareth?
You want me to just assume the spell ended by the time we got back for it?
It'll survive the journey just due to Nertho's abilities. But yeah, if you can make that Constitution saving throw.
And while we're going back, since I'm kind of paranoid too about us being followed, I'm gonna try to keep my eye out and see if I can detect that we're being followed.
Go ahead and make a perception check. So, Jareth.
I failed that.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself since I'm kind of looking for something.
Jareth, you take 2 points of necrotic damage as, although you begin to just emit a glow around the party, this subtle, it almost starts as a shimmer, and then it starts to just blend into the design of the surroundings. And everyone is feeling a lot, quieter, stealthier than they normally would. Nertho, you notice Jareth kind of almost reflects.
Let's say Ryan
doing something with his arm. Go ahead.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
I thought you were going to mention the pain that it shows.
And a wincing comes across Jareth's face, but you don't necessarily pay it a heed. You just assume it's from the some of the challenges you faced before.
Just given the nature of what you wrote for the spell or the effect or whatever, that should happen at the end of the spell.
It happens at the beginning.
No, it says at the end of your spell's duration.
So sorry, it's a lot to keep track of. I apologize.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, so that
I just figured for RP sense.
Yeah.
God damn it, Ryan! You just keep track of everything. You got to know how all my spells work and.
How dare you create this world and not understand it?
And with that, throughout the travels, Redwin, you nervously glance about. You don't seem to notice, or nothing seems to catch your eye, is a better way of putting it, of anyone paying you any heed. Nertho, between his ability to cut across the streets here and find these unique passageways, and whatever Jareth is doing to aid the group, seems to just provide safe
So-
passage.
That is a plus 10 on that roll.
That's a 35.
A plus 10. So Sean, yes, your minimum
so,
stealth roll is
Into
21.
I'm gone.
Yep.
Like I kind of like split off.
Sean can't
And-
see himself anymore.
So basically, I rolled a 35
Yep.
on stealth,
You sure did.
and I just kind of melt away from the group and head to like Nerthos in my place.
Okay.
I have a few things I need to do.
All right.
Do you have the letter, Sean?
He does. You all can see it for reference, but Reva does have the letter.
No, I was gonna say that'd be another thing to stash in guys' lockbox. Again, this is meta, but I would assume the character would already know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of like, right before I go, I kind of just tap Nertho on the shoulder and just kind of dip out.
Yep.
All right.
And then that would be my roll to sneak away, plus 10. Not as good, but still an 18.
You lead the group back to the Limping Lord. And as you do, you kind of give him a look and let him know, I'll be back. And you duck out, fading away into shadow. So, with that, we'll start with Riva. What are you currently doing?
So as I make my way back, I go to my chest and I take out my clothes and I open up the false bottom. And in it is a very small but ornate book. My spell book. And it's dust covered and well maintained. And I pull it out and I start going through the pages, looking at everything that I had learned when I was training with the family. Which I think is like another reason that my dad would be so upset with me, is that having a strong magic user in the family would have given us so much prestige on top of, everything else, that I threw it all away in his eyes. And in the middle of the book is a locket. My sister's locket. And I pick it up and I put it on. And I'm just enthralled and so just overburdened by all these emotions, and I've never really come to terms with her death because I believe it to be my fault. Even though everyone has always told me it's not, that it was just an accident that had nothing to do with me, and I can't see it. No matter how many times I've re-examined the memory. And then, like, mechanically wise here, Ryan, I can't do it, but I wanna sit down and start summoning an old friend.
So, you make your way rapidly away from the group as you begin to go through these series of events. You begin to place your sister's locket upon your neck, and you really haven't touched it in. You carried it with you, but you haven't touched it in decades. It's been a long time. The first thing that you noticed upon putting it on is it begins to tick a little bit. And you hear in your head a soothing song. It's soft. It's friendly. It's something your mother used to sing to you as a child and your sister, which, coincidentally, when she passed, your mother stopped singing it. It's a surge of emotions from sadness to anger, fear, regret, and you contemplate on it. As you start to begin to use magics that you hadn't used or refused to use in a long time, that you push to the side and you never wanted to have anything to do with. Go ahead.
I wanna say let's say she was my twin sister.
Sure.
I think that adds a little more connection and emotion.
Yeah.
So I sit down and I start to summon our old friend, who is a great horned owl.
Yes.
Okay.
Named.
Love it.
I had a name here, or was it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Damn it! It was named Alden.
Good choice of owl too.
And I'm sitting there, and it takes an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm just in prayer and meditation and sobbing and weeping. And I'm assuming that at some point during this time, Neritho would have come in as well.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and then at the end of it, this giant great horned owl appears, and I haven't summoned this owl since the day my sister died.
That was, in fact, the first day that you ever summoned it.
Yep.
So two things. We'll get to Neritho's entrance, but you should have a new item in inventory called Sana's Locket. So I'll let you go ahead and take a look at that. And with that, we'll go back to the rest of the group. So, Jareth, Redwin, and Gorwin. You find yourself back at the Limping Lord as Neritho excuses himself, fading into the shadows, just as Jareth, your power begins to fade, this newfound sensation, and with that, you wince. No one but Neritho seems to notice it. What would the three of you like to do?
Well, yeah, I know that mechanic. Awesome.
Well, I'll be just leaning back, kind of whistling a happy tune as I take out my blades and just start cleaning off whatever blood has stained them.
All right. Yeah, you head to the back for a second, and you just kind of give your father a knowing look as you proceed to clean your weapons from blood spilled in the recent hours. It doesn't take you long. You're practiced and you're familiar with this. You head back in as Jareth and Redwin are, becoming comfortable at a table, food and drink brought, kind of not prepared but ready.
I think instead of sitting at a table, Jareth would follow shortly behind Gorwyn and present the liquor to his father and say it's nothing special, but it's something. Thank you. Maybe you can serve it for a real night.
Phalar graciously accept the gift that you've brought him. And he just goes, "Oh, well, I appreciate it. It's not necessary." And he gives you a smile. And he's, "But a gift is a gift. Our hospitality is yours."
I think Jareth just kind of gives him a soft grin and says, "We should play another game coming forwards, but now I need to rest." And kind of solemnly goes upstairs and cleans off like Gorwyn, but just kind of sits and stares emptily.
Okay. Redmond,
Jareth,
what are
do you
doing?
go into your room?
What's that?
Do you go into your room?
Yeah,
Is that
he
what you're
goes to
doing?
his room, but he doesn't like lock up or anything.
Okay. Because I'm...
I'll say meta-wise, if you're planning on going to his room, it wouldn't be uninvited.
Well, what I'm going to do... So Ryan, kind of how are the rooms set up for all of us? Is it
You all are on, essentially there's a main level floor of rooms off to one of the sides, and above that there's another level of another floor where there's again additional rooms. You are all taking up individual rooms on that second floor, just kind of tucked away. There are 10 rooms
Okay.
on each floor, and you're occupying currently 5 of the 10 rooms on the second floor.
From observing the hallway, is there a good place to cast alarm?
Yeah, you could run it across a doorway. You could run it from one end of the hall to the other. However, you all are you're all to one side. You're all on the right side of the hallway. Gorman doesn't have a room there specifically because he has his own room separate from these dwellings. But you'd all be on the right side. But you're unsure whether or not the other rooms are occupied or not.
I'm gonna set cast alarm because it can occupy an area within no larger than a 20-foot cube, kind of in front of the first doorway that are our rooms.
Okay.
And then I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. So I designate myself and all of our companions so they can come and go as they please. And then it's going to be a mental alarm to me if something happens. And so I take the time to cast this. I think I can probably... It doesn't say ritual, but...
You can ritually cast alarm. So yeah, I will say you take an extended period of time drawing an invisible line across the first 2 doorways, giving some level of comfort to yourself at least. So, Gorwyn, as you go to help your father clean your blades, Jareth, as you provide this gift and move to your room, and Redwyn, as you were starting to cast protective magic upon your temporary abodes. Nertho, you arrive back at your home, and you just see Riva. He's sitting propped up against the southern wall, just this owl in his lap, and he's looking at it. And go ahead and make an insight check, Nertho. He's just staring at it. Riva's face is just a series of emotions that you're not you're not quite able to pinpoint exactly how he's feeling, but it's conflicted in many different ways.
So Nerther would just he starts taking off, armor and gear and starts just kind of doing maintenance on it. And he would start just kind of not like super loud, but kind of under his breath singing a song from his childhood about a wounded phoenix that had to be brought back home to the nest. And then once it got back to the nest and finally passed away, it would be reborn in full strength and glory. And that's all he does.
And Reva kind of hears this and kind of solemnly makes eye contact with Naruto and just kind of nods. I get it. You've always, like that, this, in that glance and eye contact made, it's a million words are said and shared. Like, you're my best friend and you've always been there for me. You know what I've been through. You know, the depths of my tragedy, and you're still here. And even through all of the craziness that we're going through now, you'll always be here. It's like Nertho is Reva's rock. In the hard times, it's the one thing that Reva doesn't have to worry about in his life, is that he has that one person who he can just rely on. Even if he doesn't always understand why Nertho does what he does, at the end of the day, even if Reva disagrees with it, he understands Nertho did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. Like what happened with taking my place, going into the, the Deep Bloods, and, there's never any resentment. So he just kind of looks at it in a glance and just kind of nods and kind of strokes the owl and looks up to Nertho and says, I know it's been a long time coming, but things are going to get interesting, to say the least. I would like to introduce you to Alden. He's an old friend.
Hello, Aldwin. Aldwin does not seem to be a real owl.
Let's just say he's just a really big great horned owl, Ryan. Nothing super special. He's big, powerful. I mean, obviously, in-game mechanic-wise, no, he's not. But
I just kind of assume a druid would be able to tell a fey owl from a real owl, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're able to pick this up almost immediately. Your interactions with owls have been very limited. It's been a rare sighting, but it's not a common occurrence. And with the rare burst of magical energy from Riva, you're able to put two and two together.
He was Sana's favorite.
Well, then in a way, she's with you.
It's so the name is Alden. Alden, Alden. Alden.
Yeah, got it. Buzz.
Okay. Yeah, for everyone else, I sent Sean a message that said, from one dad to another, I need to clarify, is it Alden or Alduin?
It was the World Eater.
Yep. No, it means old wise friend. So, yeah. So now I have me an owl familiar. Makes things interesting.
Now, is he more perceptive than you?
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
With the introduction of this new member, no more words are spoken, though an understanding is shared between Riva and Nerthel. You take solace in knowing that a change is happening. Is it good? You're unsure, but you do know that something is moving, something is happening. Change is in the air. You can all feel it. As Redwyn takes time to ensure her newfound friends are safe. Gorwin, as you contemplate on things in motion, and Jareth, as you stare at a wall trying to understand just everything that has happened, you all finally drift into the night slumber, unsure of what's going to happen, what will happen. But there is one thing that you do all share. There is something that is happening. It's as dark as it feels, there is a glimmer of hope. You're not sure what that hope is, but peace comes to most of you. Jareth, if you would follow me to the private channel.
Absolutely.
So, Jareth, once again finding something to focus on, just keep your mind off of the events and the tragedies that have happened as of late. You sit up against your bed, back to the wall, staring at the opposite, using your sword to prop you up, not necessarily putting it away, as there is still that wave of paranoia and uncertainty that just somewhat consumes you.
Leaning against the hilt.
Yeah. And you begin to just drift off into sleep. And you just see that singular staring eye with the cityscapes behind it.
I gotta say, the AI art that you found for that is awesome.
I spent a lot of time. It just stares. And a thought enters your mind. It's a feeling. Is it words? Is it an emotion? You're not quite able to pinpoint what it is trying to communicate, but you get this sense of a path, a way. There's something there that is trying to point you in a direction, and it just... Your mind is foggy, your thoughts are scattered, and you almost instinctively begin to start to wake up and grip onto your arm where that stone has now become part of you, and it doesn't hurt though. And you awake from this dreamlike state and just look over, just somehow reflexively, you'd actually pulled off that prosthetic, and you're just kind of clutching where it is. And the first thing that you notice is it's fused even more with your body, but not in that painful experience that you had initially during your ceremony. If I could go ahead and have you make a charisma, a general wisdom check, actually, sorry. Just roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Let me figure out what my modifier is.
You can just go to checks and click on wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you want blind.
You can, yeah, go ahead and make it private, not blind.
Okay.
I'll let you see the roll. This thought, this emotion that washes over to you, you reach out and try to grasp at it, to understand it, and it's fleeting. And you just are unsure of what to do, and you go back to staring at that wall, finally drifting into a blank slumber where nothing seems to haunt you, nothing seems to latch on to you. It's peaceful, it's soothing, and it's the best sleep you've had in a while, even though knowing the events that may or may not unfold in the future are going to be difficult. And with that, you awake with the benefit of a long rest. I'll play you back up top.
All right.
Very well.
All right, and with that, everyone gains the benefit of a long night's rest. We're going to take a quick 5. If you want to refresh your drinks, use the restroom, whatever you need to do. But I will be right back.
At this level, no, Nathan.
Hmm.
But I will have like Shadow Blade and things like that.
You have anything? No, because yours is going to be... Oh, wait, no, because you're going straight wizard, so you'll get full wizard spells.
Yep.
Anything that can move people around, because, like, I've got spike growth, but it's concentration, so I then can't then go to, like, the... What is it? Gust of wind or something like that. But it would be
No.
fun. Fun to cheese grater people.
I don't.
No.
Redwood might.
Yeah. I might just pick up telekinetic at some point to play with that. But again, I've got such bonus action logjam already with my forms.
Are you talking about like hold abilities or
No,
drag
more
people through
like
things?
yeah, like so spike growth is one of the few things that it doesn't matter if it's voluntary movement or not. Anytime they move 5 feet, they take damage. So things like infestation, gust of wind.
I might be able to help with that in 6th level. I'm still toying with the notion of delving into Barbarian for 3 levels, where I can get a 3rd attack.
You don't get the extra attack again.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, no, it doesn't stack like that.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think fighters are the only ones who go above 2 attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that helps.
Yeah. Also, it kind of, because that applies to friendlies too, so like it kind of means no running around meleeing in there if that's going on.
Yeah, but with the Gunbreaker, let me see what it is.
I mean, you knock him prone, standing up classifies as movement.
But it's not moving 5 feet.
That's right, it's moving 15 feet.
No, it's using half your movement,
I know.
which is different. Yeah.
No, I don't
I
have
mean-
pressure or anything
Oh,
like that.
I've got gust of wind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could be
second
fun.
level.
I'm gonna say what I'm looking at for 6th level for Gunbreaker is Tether Bracer. So basically, I can just anchor someone, and it works as a grappling hook for movement as well. And then I can use a bonus action to move 10 feet closer to them without getting attacks of opportunity. Oh, wait. Or... Nope, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or you can attempt to drag the creature closer to you. So I could drag them across spikes
Which would
for
be
10
nasty.
feet of movement.
Yeah. But it's really nice to be able to push them away, because ideally it's set up, with the melee people at the edge, and then the people
Yeah.
come running up, and if you can push them away, you can get, they have to come back through to hit you.
Well, I can already
Right.
do that with oh god, which one is it? I always get my two mixed up.
Well, your shit together, Jason.
I know, right?
At
At least I'm doing it now instead of in combat.
Let me double check.
Burst strike. With that, if they fail a con save, they're knocked back 10 feet.
It's like I avoided taking the best cantrip in the whole game.
Yeah, I know, which was staggering.
No, RP wise, it doesn't make sense for me to take it.
No, you're right. You're right.
You really see Reva taking Toll the Dead?
You already broke your class, Sean. We understand.
So,
Although if shit gets nasty, RP wise, Toll the Dead wouldn't be too far off.
well, eventually I think once I hit, 4th level wizard, I can swap those out.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason I'm thinking about a cleric tip, is just to get some more cantrips.
See, and that's
No,
what I was
even
thinking also for Barbarian, just to throw Rage into the mix to get that little extra 50% damage coverage.
Yeah, well, and none of your stuff is considered a spell, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's all special actions or bonus.
Yeah. And it doesn't, like you were just trying to do the grapple thing, don't underestimate getting advantage on strength checks while raging.
Yep.
So, like, I was planning on taking it like 2nd level, Nathan. Like,
Yeah.
Mind Spike.
Mm-hmm.
Only if
Shadow
you say emotional
Blade.
damage every time. No, I'm just kidding.
Emotional
Emotional
damage.
I mean, I'm about to get something that's gonna cause a lot of that.
But Shadow Blade was the main 2nd level spell,
Yeah.
just because it counts as finesse, light, and thrown.
Steven, are you getting cutting words or something?
Oh no. The person I'm taking a Crown of Madness, so their emotions is gonna cause damage to other people.
Isn't that one that makes you run around randomly too?
No?
No.
No,
You
no.
target an enemy, and you force them to start seeing their own allies as enemies, and they have to make an attack against them. It only fails if they're unable to complete it, essentially.
And it's whoever I choose them to attack.
Correct.
Yeah. I am just realizing how much nastier confusion is with
Yep.
spike growth.
Yeah, it is a combination. I think confusion is also concentration, though, or is it not?
Yeah, that's somebody else would have to cast
Yeah.
it. That's kind of
It is
one of
a-
the things we were talking about.
And then
well, if
for third level spells, Nathan, it was like I know there's certain ones that everyone's like, oh, he's third level, you know. But one of them is obviously Ashlarderon's Stride.
Mhm.
Another one is Thunderstep.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
squeezing in with
striding
sight.
in and thunder stepping out. That's fun.
It is pretty clutch. So, I believe everyone is back.
Is confusion part of abjuration?
I don't.
I think that's going to be enchantment, if anything.
Okay.
but if
There's not
you
very
have
many abjuration spells, actually.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yep. So, a long rest is had. In the morning, everyone awakes from their slumber. Some of you having a normal night. Well, as normal as it can be. A few of you having new realizations, new acceptance, new comfort. With that, the day is yours.
Did Riva and Nertho ever come back, or did they spend the night
They
at their
spent
place?
the night at their place.
Okay.
Did.
Oh, and because I'm dumb, economy transfer. Platinum is 10 gold pieces,
It's
correct?
10 per, correct.
Okay. I'm still stuck on World of Warcraft where everything is 100.
Gross.
I know. And it's been like a decade.
Get with it.
All right, everyone has taken a long rest. The day is yours. Information found, experiences shared. What would you all like to do? As you all kind of wake up at your own pace and time, meeting back at the Limping Lord in the morning.
Take another 8-hour rest and take a chance at having a dream.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think Jareth would just kind of put himself together and try to shake things off and go downstairs for some wakey eggs and bakey.
Wiki, hands off Snaky.
Whoa.
I've never heard that before.
You all meet down on the main level of the Limping Lord. Breakfast is served. It's a modest meal, nothing fancy, but it does the job. Gorwyn is already there first, waiting, as Redwin comes from downstairs, followed by Jareth. And shortly thereafter, Nertho and Riva make their entrance.
No,
Red
you
one's
can't
looking like
bring
she
the
didn't sleep a whole
owl
lot.
into the bar.
Yeah. I come in, I have an owl.
Just sitting on your shoulder.
Well, that's new.
It is. I mean,
New and old.
isn't. A little bit of both. It's, I think Redwood would notice, like, that it's definitely a conjured familiar.
That's a fair assessment.
Let's just say that Alden he is. Well, he's going to be helping out.
I'm sure we could use it.
I think Jareth takes a piece of egg and goes, does he eat?
Yeah, actually, on the way over, he caught a couple fat rats.
Jareth will toss a piece towards him.
Give me 1 second.
Also, Sean, thank you for not picking a terrestrial bird.
A penguin.
Nope, a dinosaur.
Never seen one.
It's a joke for a Facebook post Sean commented on. I have I have an inert fear of ostriches and emus
Yep,
from
it's an
a
emu. I picked an emu.
bad experience as a child.
Yeah, he I say with a 17 dexterity, he just kind of snatches the egg out of the air and just.
But is any fear of a bird large enough to disembowel you really an irrational fear?
No,
Yeah, no.
no, they're cunning as fuck.
I commented on. I forget exactly what the post was, but I was like, dude, the Australian army went to war against them twice and lost.
Yep.
Chalk it up to a 10-second story. I visited a game farm when I was 4, and it was a bunch of chicken wire. And as we were walking away, one emu charged the fence, shoved its head through, grabbed my coat, and pulled me back, while another shoved its head through and started biting my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I screamed. And it's a core memory.
Dude, I had a bad experience with a flock of peacocks when I was a kid, and
Oh, dude, peacocks are fucking mean.
See, that's the funny thing. They had peacocks. So for the people that own the farm, the way that they tried to apologize is they gave me a peacock feather.
Yeah.
So,
No.
well, it is a new day. What would you all like to do?
Well, we need to get information to your captain.
Yeah, we don't really have more routes to pursue on our own right now, do we?
Well, then Jareth kind of looks, not cautiously, but empathetically at Riva.
Actually, real quick, before we continue on, I want
Ryan, I see what you're doing.
Ryan, will you meet me and Nathan down in the private channel?
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. So, I think in our time at our own place, Nathan, we would have been discussing your vision of this tree. And, well, Netho, is this something that is super pressing to you?
I don't feel like this is pressing. There's more urgent matters at hand here. More life and death, whereas this is more goal-oriented.
I mean, push come to shove, I can get us a ship.
Which is fair, and a lot of his problems may be solved by simply leaving, but I don't think Gareth is quite ready to just leave.
I mean, it's... my family's got my old ship.
Well,
I mean,
and
we wouldn't exactly be legally acquiring it.
well, and with your father's name being attached, maybe we shouldn't touch that quite yet.
But I mean, if I know what that side of your life means to you, and just as you've always been here for me, I'm here for you as well.
I do appreciate it, but I think our path will take us there. I don't think we need to put our hand on the oar quite yet.
All right, and that for Ryan describes the grand theft that I was discussing with you.
Oh,
Which I figured you'd.
I'm ready for a lot of things. I'll just put it at that.
So yeah, I just wanted to have that private conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like Naruto, like we need to go do this other thing at any point in time. Like, we have an option to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So,
Don't
alrighty.
know if that's the best option, so maybe let's put a pin in that.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there ain't no truck that I know that can keep them bolted right now.
Wow. Anything else?
No,
Nah.
that's it.
All right, we'll head back up.
Like 1 AC less than what I should be right now.
All right.
Gotcha.
So. All right.
As I'm going through my inventory, I forgot about the rubber ducky.
Yep.
It seemed
Right.
so important at the time.
Right?
A medium-sized rubber ducky.
Just hang on to it until the artificer gets animate objects.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The owl tries to come by and like grab it, and misses.
And that's a medium-sized ducky and a tiny owl.
Yep.
I picture medium-sized being one of the claw grab machines that you see in people back windows.
Oh, jeez.
So we need to get him some information.
His
Outside-
note did say that we needed pretty good. Is it this one?
I
Well,
mean,
and
the
You know,
fact
unless
that
anyone wants to go wandering the streets mentioning tier or captain.
well, I think.
Well,
I mean,
and then I'll, if there's open flame nearby, I'll control flame and I'll cause it to become Tyr's face. Like, we can show his face.
Mm.
Oh.
Do we
And the
want to
fact
be
that-
that conspicuous, though?
Well,
and
No,
the fact
what-
that my dad is. I mean, I'm assuming, the fact that my dad's involved. I mean, it gives him another avenue to investigate.
Yeah,
Really, I think that's our next lead.
they are the captains. They would be best at searching any
I mean,
inventory
I
or manifest.
I could always try to get a hold of me mum.
Well, they are all discussing it. I'm going to be writing a message about Tyr and sending that through to, well, you know who, Ryan.
All right.
Voldemort?
He who shall not be named.
Exactly. Because I
think,
remember him talking about that group, saying he doesn't like them.
Okay. I think
Reva-
Reva, if we were to make a move on your dad, it would need to be calculated.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I never said to make a move on my dad. Just it would allow him to.
I think any mention of Tyr or any suspicion regarding what he may be involved in would be considered a move.
Right.
I
And
did
I
some
would-
more thinking last night, and thinking back to the letter, Itham's note, Reva, and the particular wording. It sounds like he's eager to meet someone involved in all of this. So he definitely wants to be involved and probably knows more about this than we do at this point. And going off of what you told us, I'm guessing that he's doing this to get in with maybe the higher classes. So this might go pretty high.
I wouldn't doubt that it does. I mean, just to get the Quasitors involved.
Who's above them?
The Oct.
directly to the Oct.
Yeah, the Quasitors are like.
I'm sure. I'm
like
sure
the
there's
King's
probably
Guard.
like 15 levels of Captain Bacon in there,
Yeah.
but like the Quasitors are the arm of the Ox, and all the hierarchy in between. But like, so like the Skybound family are, minor. It's a minor house. Like, even saying it's a minor house, it's still a bigger house than anybody else here.
As
Like,
far as to read off of the notes to save you searching, what Jareth was gonna try to do was become a Perfectus, who is like a higher guard or whatever. Above that is the Custodia, who are the generals who report to whoever commands them from the Oct. So the
so you're
captains
looking.
would be like the top levels, from my understanding at least. Granted, they all operate out of separate districts, so from my standpoint, who's to say Captain Adelum is one that would actually deal with the shipping network, if that's part of his district or not.
So the captains, are they technically the Praefectus?
They're, to my understanding, they're above.
The Imperators? Because I'm looking at the factions and groups.
So for a little bit of clarification.
Oh, I screwed that up. Yeah, the Prefectus should be above the Custodia.
Correct. There are the Custodia, there's the Perfectus, then you have the Imperators, then the Colonels, and then the Generals as the rank structure. You do know that. As far as what the rank and file in those areas are, you're not sure. You would have been a Custodia going for their Perfectus status.
Yep, gotcha.
But all those ranks are collectively known as the Quaestors?
The Quasitors, yes.
Quaestors. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That word.
Yep, I was reading top down. That makes more sense, Ryan. Thank you.
very
Yeah, I think regardless, we need to arrange a meeting with Captain Adelum. I don't know if we need to give him hard copies of information, because again, we don't have anything necessarily damning, and even if we did, it would be under what we understand to be a pawn in all of this. Granted, he's a powerful pawn, but he's still not a decision maker.
He might be the one to tell us if he needs the originals or if we can send him copies, because he seems to trust you, so I don't think he would suspect that you're fabricating things at this point.
Yeah.
But we
And
do
if-
want redundancies and backups, I would think.
Yeah. And we may have information to go after Serial, but at that point, we're cutting off the tail of the snake rather than the head.
Well, I think everything that we have at this point, like, yeah, it shows that Serial's involved, but really involved in what?
Yeah, we don't know what is.
I think this tier character, perhaps the captain can help us with a lead on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we've linked the other captain, Serial to here through the letters.
Saren was involved with the Reapers. Serial is involved with whatever this is going on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so like then if we can then link tier to someone bigger, then we've got another link in the chain, but it may be enough to go with what we have here.
I mean, rightly, we don't know what Adelum knows. I mean, I don't expect him to lay all of his cards on the table. If we bring these names to him, maybe he has tidbits for us.
I think we've got 2 or 3 avenues where we can help narrow our focus, and given everything, we need to be as precise as we can be.
I mean, obviously, like, my dad being involved is troublesome.
We don't have to present that evidence.
But that tear fucker, well, I think I speak for the lot of us when I say we all have some unfinished business.
He definitely seems to be a central or significant part of this, more so than Serial. Serial's answering to him.
So do we want to send the message out to Adelum saying that we need to meet? I mean, he found us before, he'll find us again.
Maybe something like asking to meet to show what evidence we found, but also maybe mentioning that we've linked Burial to someone named Tyr who we've encountered.
I agree.
Because that seems, I think, maybe the pertinent information here. So even if he doesn't want to meet, we've still passed that along. So maybe something like found evidence linking Serial to someone named Tyr that we encountered. Meet to see the evidence, or would you like to meet to see the evidence?
With our more resourceful party, maybe ask around about Tyr or anything connected to him.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
Well, it sounds like a plan.
All right. So, what would you like to do first?
Oops, that did not work out the way I wanted to.
A minus. I mean, B plus at best, mate.
So, what would you like to do first?
Well, I think we need to get a message to Adelum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I believe only 2 members of your party can actually cast that spell with the scrolls. So that would be Riva and Redwood. Who would like to cast? Who would like to send a message? And what would that message be?
I can send it, but just need to know what to say. Either or.
You have 25 words.
I think that would be Jareth's purview, talking to his captain.
Yeah, I'm trying to type up something right now. I'm guessing a letter counts as a word.
A letter?
A letter.
That's 2 words.
Oh, Ryan bringing in the puns himself.
And he hates puns.
Oh, that was so
I'm wearing
good.
I'm wearing off on him.
I'm
little
gonna need
bit.
another beer.
I'm
You
wearing
do
off
that
on him.
while I think of what to type out.
Sometimes you just gotta go off the cuff. What do you got, Jareth?
I'm finishing up.
Okay. All right. Is this where I just casually play the Jeopardy theme song?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I
9,
thought you
10,
were
11, 12,
creating
13, 14,
sound effects,
15,
right?
16, 17. I have 17 words.
Okay.
Perfect.
You don't have to use all 25. Ah.
Oh, get rid of empties. 16 words.
That leaves you enough room to end with, you can respond to this message.
All right. So, well, you
Oh wait, do we know where Riva, where's your family come from? If we know where shipments may be coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like it's obviously here in the city, but like, you could just, you know. No, I'd
mean-
rather, I'd rather relay that information in person.
Okay. Alright.
go ahead and.
If everyone's in agreement with that, that would be Jareth's rough draft.
All right. Go ahead and say your words. I'm ready.
All right, Ryan. Do we need to like actually cast it or
Yeah.
do it?
You will
Any
consume
rules?
one scroll of sending, and either Riva or Redwin can
Redwin
say
said
those
that she would.
words.
Redwin said that she would
Perfect.
send it.
wait.
Real quick before we do this, Riva, does he know you better than me?
He doesn't know me
Because-
at all.
Okay.
He doesn't know
doesn't
any
know
of you. The only one he doesn't know any of you from each other. The only one that he knows is Jared.
Second draft.
Sure. All right.
How many words is that?
It is.
I believe it's 17.
I will count.
Yeah, this is direct mind to mind,
Correct.
so you don't have to be vague.
That's 15.
Thanks.
Well, but are you counting A and G at the end?
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I counted A and G.
Yeah, because we need to at least let him know who it is.
Yep.
Well, I think he's gonna know.
No, he won't, because it's a different voice talking.
He's heard you all speak, but we don't know if
Okay.
he'll be able to put two and two together. We'll find out. So, would you like to go ahead and cast your sending, Redwin?
Yes.
We can review it.
All
My
right.
teacher always said do 3 drafts.
When you're ready, just say the words.
Since I will be speaking directly to his mind, do you mind if I use names so he?
It's your call.
If that's how the spell works.
That is how the spell works.
You can
Okay.
say whatever words, letters, numbers you want. You just have 25 or less words.
I think Redwin, your name, honestly, out of all the party, is probably the least damning. So if you want to use your name, I think that would be fairly safe compared to everyone else's names. If you want to address it as this is Redwin.
Yeah, I think I'll. So that
We
he's
made
not.
we made introductions.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast it.
Okay. Speak the words you want to speak.
Adelum. The River S begins at T. We have evidence. Shipments may be involved. Requesting report. Jareth. From Redwin, friend of Jareth.
Okay.
Should be exactly 25.
Oh,
You cast your spell, never having used this before, and as you do, the scroll flares up and turns to ash in your hand, becoming consumed. You have 1 scroll left. A brief pause hits, and you hear a voice back. I hope all is well. Let's meet at dockside. I'll take what you have. Hopefully it's enough. That's it.
All right.
And I will relay that to
Yep.
everyone.
So, Jareth, you know where this is at. If I could have Gorwin and Riva just make me a general either history or intelligence check. Your choice.
Oh God, is this topside? I don't expect a response.
You have another scroll you could send.
Womp, womp, womp.
Riva, it escapes you. Gorwin.
That it does.
You know that dockside is it's a warehouse of goods to the south of one of the entrances to the Fakes. It's one of the less used routes and not as privy to scrutiny as it opens up into the main level of a warehouse through a trap door. But it is topside. You do know that. Jareth, you've been there before. You've done some work in the past with Adelum, but you've only been there a handful of times. But it is not a common spot where nefarious activities happen. So it is definitely out of sight, out of mind. It's one of those forgotten places that every now and then something pops up.
Let me ask this. So with ear to the ground, would I be able to have a contact or a trusted person within the dockside area? It's a little obscure.
You would have someone there that doesn't work at that establishment, but frequents the area that you would every now and then be in contact with. But it's been a few months since you've reached out to them.
Okay.
I would say the individual that you would be working with, his name would be Abrel Bursk. Just a local purveyor of goods and watcher of the streets, an informant of sorts, who keeps on the up and up in the area, and is more than eager to provide information in hopes of payment.
Given the right price?
He's pretty cheap, but he's pretty reliable.
Okay.
Not quite a criminal, but on the cusp.
Yeah, I'd relay all that information to the party and kind of stress that from the Fakes, Jareth does not know how to get there. However, we might have someone, not necessarily on the inside, but that could possibly assist our entry and to remain hopefully unseen.
So when do we want to go?
Well, I'd assume he's making his way there now.
I was gonna say, given he's the captain and it's topside, he'll be able to find us
How
regardless of when we go. He knows.
how acceptable will it be for us to be in that area as undersiders?
I mean,
So-
you guys are frequents of topside, aren't you?
To a degree. This point of entry is, again, it's one of those out of sight, out of mind. It leads you into an old warehouse where you were able to kind of slip into it, and then what a lot of people end up doing is they slip into the night from there to become a normal member of society the day after. And then, Jareth, your journal has been updated to reflect this contact. I would say, Gorwin, you have used this path before. Not frequently, once or twice, but you're familiar to it.
Okay.
Do we have all the evidence with us, or to get that collected?
Ryan, where did you throw that in for the journal?
It's in the journal tab under story arc, the players.
Oh, okay.
People.
Yeah. If we want to gather the information, start making our way.
And did we want to make any copies? I mean, I don't know if he's going to want the originals, but
I would say for the time being, he shouldn't need the originals, given that we're looking for more information.
Alright.
I mean, I don't think it makes much of a difference either way.
well, then we'd have to make copies as well.
I don't see why we need to make copies either. I mean, he's trusted us with his life.
I guess
We're
for
trusting
me,
him with ours.
part of my reasoning too, though, is if he does take them, then we have the copies to reference back to in our continuing.
Well, no, my whole thing is it's more along the lines like he has to take our word just like we have to take his.
Mm-hmm. So not to hand them over, basically.
Yeah, we're just giving him information.
Well, but we're trying also to clear our friend's name. Like, he will need the evidence at some point to do that.
Yeah. At
Let's
some
bring
point.
it with us, and if he needs it, or
Yeah,
not.
I mean, I still have the one letter on me. I didn't put it away.
It's just such a risk.
But if
To
we're
me-
not, but we haven't decided if we're telling him about my dad's connection or not.
That seems like it's like extra information to me right now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I feel like if anything,
But I mean, the connection, like obviously, we're trying to cover the tier base. and hope that gives us some more information. And we always have. What? Hold on.
I think that would be something that
No, hold on.
Jareth would also address with Riva.
Yeah, Riva doesn't necessarily want to give the information about his dad yet. But like it's there. Like he could be persuaded.
I mean, and it's not necessarily evidence. I mean, all notes are still technically hearsay. Granted, I don't know how the court of law operates in Picos, but
You you have notes. You have pieces of the automatons that also bear the same symbol as the notes, which you did identify the symbol branded on the automaton as being a personal guard of one Captain Serial.
And we do have that etching, that rubbing,
Correct.
that we could give to him.
So, it's up to you.
I mean, obviously, I think it's in this scenario, it's. I mean, Jareth, you got to do the talking. I mean,
but Riva, what are you comfortable with? If it does come back to your dad, because he is connected to Serial and we don't know anything about this process, what was changed originally, and if his shipments could produce more information. Again, are you willing to betray?
it's not betray. You keep using that word. Betray. It's not betrayal. It's things lead where they lead. I mean, for all we know, he's on the up and up doing shipments for a captain of the Corsitors. He may not know there's anything nefarious. Maybe he does. I mean, if we need to give that information, we need to give that information. If my dad's done nothing wrong, he's got nothing to fear. Isn't that what they always say? Done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear.
If he's done nothing wrong and has nothing to fear, is there any information that we need to withhold?
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if push comes to shove and that's information that you feel we need to give, then give it. I mean, like I said, I've always known my dad to be a straight shooter on the up and up. And if he's not, well, then what he did to me holds a whole new meaning, don't it?
I think so. I think our biggest question with your father's note is, who is him?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
I'm wondering if it's Tyr, because he seems to be Captain Serial's contact for a lot of this. But of course, that's just an assumption on my part at this point.
I mean, it could be Tyr, it could be me. If he feels for some reason that there was some transformation within Riva, it could mean him.
Oh, I doubt it means me at all. But because I think once we get there, River really the plan is for him to kind of stay just out of sight and
Okay.
hide off in the shadows and just kind of be looking out.
Riva, if push comes to shove, do I have permission to reveal information regarding your father?
Well, that's what I just said, isn't it?
I just want to make sure.
If my dad's on the up and up, then he's got nothing to fear. And if he's into some nefarious bullshit, well, that's on him, isn't it?
All right. Does anyone feel they have any preparations they need to make?
Real quick, where is
Yes.
the other scroll of sending?
You have one left, and I believe Redwood has it.
I would like to attempt to make a sleight of hand check to steal that from her.
Oh, you sneaky fuck!
Let me double check.
I don't know if I see it in my.
Let me double check.
Didn't we also lock one away?
You did, so
We-
actually you wouldn't have to. It's
I don't have to steal it. I'd have it.
correct.
Then.
You would have that from your personal fetch. So if you'd like to have it on you, you can.
Yep, I would have that then. I wasn't sure if we had locked one away or if she had it.
Yeah, you one on your person, you kept the one back at your airfield as well.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that handy. I don't necessarily want to use it yet. I have an idea for it, but
Okay. All right. So, a decision has been made to head up to one of the many entrances from the Fags.
Oh, wait. The decision, but not the action.
So, what would you like to do for that?
So I'd like to express to the party, God, I just had it pulled up. There he is. Ibril.
Yep.
Like to make him known,
Sure.
share his description and everything to the party. Let them know as much as I can about him, about how he's a man of relatively easy influence, but has been beneficial in the past. He may be beneficial to make contact with, to give us either a watchful eye, guard whereabouts, an alibi of some sorts. So I don't know if we can just sneak in here. Again, I don't know the route. I don't know where we're gonna pop out. I don't know
So,
who's gonna be looking for us.
again, Gorm, you would know this. The place that you will exit the Fags into Picos will end up being essentially in the backside of a storeroom, a warehouse, that is intentionally kind of kept unlit and not used.
I mean, this is a full-on stealth mission if needed.
not really. I mean, it is, but it's like where we're coming out, isn't it? Like nearby where we're going.
I think for
It's very
Jareth,
close.
Yeah,
It's
being,
about like a block and a half away.
And I think Reva would look at Jareth. The best way to be inconspicuous is to not look like you're trying to be inconspicuous.
True.
I often find the best way to be inconspicuous is to turn into a dog.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Unfortunately,
fair.
not many of us can do that.
You should work on that.
and I think it'd also be safe to assume that while I may not have wanted posters around the city, whatever this shit is in my arm is more valuable than my life is.
So you're saying like you're a target not only from
What I'm saying is, it's it's not a matter of me being a petty thief and having the risk of being thrown into jail.
Maybe
Or-
we should pick up a disguise kit first. Could help apply it for you.
I think that'd be a good idea. My
You could also
question was
say,
possibly leaving, well, I don't like doing this, leaving my armor behind.
Yeah, that's
If we get confronted on the surface, I don't think we'll be able to fight our way out of there.
Do you want?
Then we should turn into dogs and run away.
I think, mate, is we go up, we walk down the street like we own it. Red Dockside. We meet with your captain. Have a little talkie. Get some new direction. And then we head off. I think it's alright, mate.
I don't hate the idea of getting a disguise on him.
I agree.
And without the armor, I can always...
I don't recommend that.
No, definitely not.
We could get you a cloak.
Either way, given what Gorwin has told us about our exit and proximity, I'd be hopeful in saying that contact and conversation would be less than an hour, but I don't know if we're going to need to bunker down and hold out until our contact meets us.
I think you're overthinking it, mate. Let's just we go, we disguise it. You put on a big cloak, cover that armor, and we go.
And for reference, Jareth, you already have a cloak covering your armor. And you're not
Okay.
wearing anything that identifies you as being a former member of the local guard up topside. You did that
Okay.
in session 1.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Riva, as long as you got that flashy sword of yours now.
Among other things.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you would all like to do before you head out towards District 1?
I think I would like to try and get a disguise kit.
Sure.
Would we know where to pick one up?
Easily enough, you're able to purchase one at base cost.
And I also have one.
Oh, you have one?
Oh yeah, if you already have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you trying to disguise Jareth?
Yeah. Are you proficient in it? I'm assuming if you have one.
Yep.
Yep, I'm gonna let you take lead on that. And
All right, Gorwin, go ahead and make a disguise check for the toolkit. You can make it public.
Spicy. Does anyone have a cutoff time for tonight?
Yeah.
So Gorwin, if you go under inventory, you should be able to just click on disguise kit.
Yep.
Action HUD. All right, let's see what you get. Okay. After taking the better part of half hour, 45 minutes, applying various makeups, a few different articles of clothing, everyone feels fairly confident that Jareth has been disguised to look not quite like himself. So, Anything else you'd like to do? All right.
I'm ready.
Hearing nothing from the group. At Gorlin's lead, you begin to make your way into a back alley through the Fangs, where you see him not out of place, but unless you were looking really hard, you wouldn't have seen this series of stairs just kind of tucked away in a corner alley. You begin to make your ascent upwards. More, farther and farther. It takes a little bit longer than any other path you've been heading to the north, heading to topside. As it seems you're almost meant to throw you off for a loop. There's a couple different stairs here and there, but you've been on this path before, Goran, so it's not unusual or unknown to you. You see a trap door at the top of the stairs. You press your ear against it. You listen really closely. Gorwin, can I have you make a perception check? Listening very intently, you perceive the coast to be clear. You open this trapdoor ever so slowly and ever quietly. It barely makes a sound. You come to the top, you look around. You don't see anything of note of interest. And once again, you find yourself in a small, not small, a decently sized, but small for warehouse space. It's about 20 feet in width and 30 feet in length. You kind of rush your party members up one by one. And as the last one enters at the top, you slowly start to shut the trapdoor. A loud sound crashes down upon that trapdoor. You hear this thunk, and where you thought you would set it down quietly, you see the bottom end of a cane
God damn it.
slamming down into it. And an older gentleman with white hair and beard, very soft yet stern-looking features, dressed as though he's about to go to a presentation of some kind or give a speech. You see this man in front of you.
I do not trust him.
And as soon as you see this image, Jareth, you begin to freeze white. At the same time,
Yup.
the door to the back half of this room opens, and there you see one Adrian Adellum look and goes, I just made it, and stops speaking immediately. He has this look of shock and terror on his face. And this older gentleman goes, well, I believe we have some things to discuss. Jeff, Adrian, if you would kindly follow me over to my office, I'd like to have a word with all of you. Please, let's not make a fuss of this.
Do I have time to address him?
Go ahead. And he just gestures with his cane at the door and goes, Adrian, I believe you know the way.
I'll give a very mild nod and say, Captain Gadriel.
Young prodigy, I see we meet again. I believe we have a few things to correct as far as where you're at now. One such as yourself should not be lurking about in the muck of the deep. Shall we? And Adrian goes, Sir, and the words don't escape his voice beyond that, as you see a few figures come out from the shadows, just They look like well-dressed guards, but their garb is dark and grays and blues and blacks, just forming from behind him. And you've heard of these, Jareth, but you've never encountered them. They're known as the Watchers. And Adriel is the only one of the captains to have them, as he is in charge of the first district and the most prominent among the captains. Do any of you resist?
I look to Riva and see how he's reacting.
So can Jareth cast a cancer or a glance at everyone that just kind of shows like, don't.
Yeah, go for it.
You want me to roll anything?
No, you just... Everyone... You're trying to make sense of who this person is. You've heard the name, but Jareth just gives you a look of... Now is not the time.
Which I pick up on.
Yeah, everyone is very easily to pick up on this. Captain Adriel. He and his compatriots begin to gesture towards Adrian Adellum, who he lets out a sigh and he looks defeated, but begins to lead you all in a direction. You follow. You don't seem to resist.
My owl is,
Very well.
Yep.
And Gadriel brings you to a building not too far from here. Into a nice office, a residence. It has a feeling of both. And he just walks you with Adrian leading the way to a large chamber where he gestures for you all to sit down and goes, I believe it's time for a conversation. Adrian, I'm sorry, but we'll talk outside of this.
God damn it.
So,
As soon as I saw his character portrait in my character sheets and journals, I was just like, this motherfucker.
he gestures for you all to take a seat. Do you sit down?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll stand behind Riva where he sits.
Okay. This elderly gentleman begins to size you up and down, one at a time, looking at each of you, and goes, I have a few questions. And I think we should keep this as cordial and as honest as possible. Jareth,
Yes.
what in the 8 have you been doing in a place we don't go?
Does Jareth detect any circle of truth?
You don't sense anything coming over you. No magical effect that seems to pierce your mind.
Well, it is to my understanding that I am refuse. So I go where all refuse in Picos goes.
I was wondering what happened. I heard about your little adventure in our proceedings. So you chose to run and hide versus come seek us out?
Were these your proceedings? Or were these the Quaesitor's proceedings?
Oh, I have nothing to do with the choosing and the proceedings that happen in our... Kind of looks around at everyone. Our process.
Again, I'll ask, if I may. I think he probably waits for permission.
You may. Please, not so stiff, everyone. We're here to have a conversation. He just sits back on the bench on the opposite side, and he leans forward with his cane between his legs.
Are we in an office room, like with closed doors? Did we see where the
Did you not
shadow
see
guard?
the imagery? Guessing that didn't work. Okay, one sec.
I'm seeing an outside image.
Yep. There's a lady toasting us.
As I say, we have a very
Pleasant.
quaint and pleasant, cityscape.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, that seems more appropriate.
Are the those other guard people still?
Those figures did not follow you in, nor did they seem to enter into the abode. They seem to be, from what you could best tell, they've stationed themselves outside of it. This Captain Gadriel seems very comfortable in his home.
God, you picked a great character skin for him, Brian.
Gadriel's a human, right?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
He appears very much a human.
Yeah, with Jarrett's question, he'll say, were these our proceedings? Were they standard proceedings?
He ponders for a moment and goes, everything was standard until the part where you went missing. So what happened? Also, anyone, if you ever want to roll an insight check or whatever.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
Go ahead. Give me an insight check. You can roll these open if you'd like. It's your call. He appears to be telling the truth to the best of your ability for you, Jareth, Nertho, and Riva. It seems to be very straightforward. And
Can Jareth make a history check on him? Is there
Absolutely.
anything that he knows? Okay, thank you.
go for it.
If he's
Like,
known
in
to
that-
be malicious or...
You don't know shit.
I know.
So, Jareth, what you do know is he is the longest standing member of the captains. He has been serving in his position for the last 40 years. He's also known to be the strongest out of all of them. Everyone does have not a fear for him, but an open respect. As he follows the letter of the law to a T.
Like how our pastor said, we fear God in the sense that we respect.
Correct. Kind of along those same lines.
He has
So,
got you.
He looks around at each one of you. Dwarven girl, what is your dealings with this one? Just open-handedly gesturing at Jareth.
I assist those who I find injured and are in need.
Ah. That explains the arm.
I think Jareth will fearfully, like the first time since waking in the alley, show like a general sense of fear and say, her family assisted me only because they found me dying in the street.
I'm not speaking to you right now, Jareth.
Jareth kind of just stiffens and falls silent.
So, may I ask your name, young lady?
It's Ren.
Ren. Ah. So you found him and you sheltered him and you fled. Interesting.
Flood is a strong word.
It is, but it's accurate. So, I don't believe I know who you two are. Gestures
Ryan.
over at Riva and Nertho. Yeah, what's up?
I would like to attempt to cast Detect Magic. It doesn't appear to have any somatic components.
Okay.
So
go ahead and make a sleight of hand check if you're trying to cast it discreetly.
Can I also give myself guidance beforehand then?
That is a separate spell. You can also attempt to cast that as well if you'd like.
I don't know if that comes with anything.
So go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
You're rolling at advantage or disadvantage, essentially.
You're rolling a sleight of hand check normal. It's contested versus my perception.
Oh. Erica.
You begin to attempt to mutter a word underneath your breath, quietly. And before you realize it, a cane rapidly comes with the tip of it straight to your forehead. Please, I don't need any more blood on my walls. We're here to talk. I suggest you behave. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is great.
Oh, this is fantastic. The mood is
You blame me all you want.
beautiful.
I don't care.
I blame you, Sean.
14.
Yeah, my owl rolled a natural 20 on his stealth check. All right.
Owl is still hidden. Redmond, you begin to respond and the words don't come out. You are now rendered silent for a time to be determined. I see you. There is some sense in you. And he just puts his cane back onto the floor. So, as I was saying to our other guests, you two, and he points at Riva and Nertho, which one of you would like to explain yourself first, and one at a time, please?
Well, I think.
You think or you know?
Well, I know that I have no need to explain myself. I'm here. I've done as you asked.
Me? I've asked nothing.
Oh, you asked us. You asked us to come.
Oh, that is true. So, what is your involvement with?
Let's just say I've been known to.
Sheriff?
I've been an acquaintance and helped out with investigations here and there, and
A sleuth, if you will. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Detective, he just kind of leans forward. What have you found?
many things I did not like.
Which are?
which are for, as of now, for me to know and you to wonder about.
A wonder can turn into a need real quick. So,
At times, as I have found out myself.
I see you're one to not provide a lot. And you,
Yes.
looking over at Nertho, what is your involvement and what do you have to
I'm
offer?
trying to keep Riva safe.
You might want to have him maybe watch his tongue a little bit and be a little more straightforward. I don't think you all understand your position right now. And you. He looks over at you, Gorwin. Ah. I think I know of you. Young Shadow Touched. So, what do you say for all that's been happening?
Well, there's nothing much to say now, is there?
You hold to your traditions well, I see. So, Jareth, I don't think you've been a part of something like this before, have you? In fact, it doesn't happen to most. So, I'm going to lay down a little bit of information before I talk to one Adrian Adelum. You know I don't make the judgment around here. I enforce it. But you are going to be judged, you and everyone here. Are you familiar with the voice? Jareth, go ahead and make a history check.
So close.
You do know who that is. He just looks forward at you. You're going to speak with Mora today. And I don't use that name lightly. Mora is one of the Oct. Mora is more specifically known as the speaker. So, you went through our proceeding. Something went awry. We don't know what. I specifically don't know what. But I'm offering you one chance to plead your case. So, what happened? What have you found rifling through the mud? You may speak. He just leans back up against that stone wall. He looks very comfortable, but you all get the sense that he's just eyeing you all up one and down, one at a time, while he intently listens to Jareth, looking for a movement, a motion. So, Jareth, I believe it is your turn. What happened?
It is my understanding that you have previously relinquished authority to the voice.
Oh, it's not relinquishing authority. But go on.
You wish to know what happened.
In detail. You see,
As far as my ascension.
your ascension and what you've been finding in the mud. He just kind of looks down at several of you. You see, there's there's maybe a chance you get to walk away from this place. So, only because you've done so well in the past, and Adrian has spoken so highly of you before all of this, and he just gestures at everyone very openly. So, I'm all ears. But keep it brief. We don't have much time.
Can Jareth make one more insight check?
Absolutely. What are you trying to insight? What are you trying to get a sense of?
How much he actually values Jareth's information.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Knowing that...
Make it blind.
Okay.
Okay.
And I want to do an insight check, see if the voice, the voice that they are referencing is the same one that I have history with.
Go ahead and make an insight check as well. So, Jareth. You get the sense that he values the information you may have more than you. Corwin. You get the sense that he is more than likely referring to the same thing you were thinking of. Which is a bit unsettling. So, Jared, what do you do?
He kind of leans forwards and says, oh, gotta think about this for a second. None of my companions know of what I'm about to tell you. If you can promise their safety, then I will give you this information.
He leans in forward towards you even more intently. Jareth, I don't think you understand how this works. I'm a representative before your fate. I don't get to choose. But I get to take you to someone who gets to choose. So,
Can Jareth make one last insight check?
go for it. What are you trying to get a sense of?
How much pull does he actually have here?
Actually, go ahead and make me an insight or a history check. Your choice. He normally has all of the pull. But this is the first time, and you haven't had a lot of interactions with this individual, but between the interactions that you have had, between him congratulating you on your ascension and your conversations with Captain Adelum, he doesn't have any pull right now. He is a presenter of information. So you get the sense that what you tell him will impact a future decision. You don't know what to extent, but you know that it will be important.
The
Think
DM
it-
will remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So, I believe you have something to say, or we can wait.
I think Jareth leans in, and this is his nut up or shut up point. He goes, I think you already know what you need to know. Again, if you want my information, I need a promise that my companions will go free. Beyond that, you can take me to the higher courts.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion, or can I... Oh, that's fine. They're the same.
He maintains his stern composure. And he just, again, looks you dead in the eye. I do appreciate that about you. You do have a spine. So, I can't guarantee anything. But if you think you're right, and if you think Adrian's worth saving, you can tell me what I don't know, which right now is a lot. I know some things. I've seen some things. My agents have found some things out. And this picture is complicated. So, as a friend to your mentor, and I don't break rules or bend ever. But
I think at that point, Jareth will give kind of a shit-eating grin and go, if your reputation represents what you actually are, and you think that Captain Adrian is worth saving, then you know he's worth saving.
I guess we'll find out. I thank you all for your time. You can speak again. And he waves his hand over at you, Redwin, and your voice returns. So, I think our meeting has come to an end. Unless someone else has something they'd like to say. It's time for me to go have a conversation with one of my own. And he slowly begins to stand up.
Captain Gadriel.
Oh, you have something to say? Or are we gonna continue to beat around the bush?
What I have heard before stands true. If you allow my companions to go, I will speak with you. But I need a guarantee of their safety as much as that you can promise.
As I've said, I can guarantee you nothing but a chance. And that rests on you, not me. So, it sounds as though we're done here. I have a conversation with an old friend. And he turns and he walks to another room. He opens a door and you just hear him say, "Old friend." And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
All right. I want to get my owl in that room.
Go ahead. and because you can communicate telepathically, go ahead and have him make a stealth check.
Another stealth check. Alrighty. 10.
Ugh.
Okay. We'll see what happens next time. So, with that, we end tonight's session.
What a cliffhanger.
There's
Yeah.
Oh!
That was very nerve-wracking, for sure.
Yeah, Ryan, I sent you the message, but as soon as I saw that character profile, I was like, this guy's gonna be such a motherfucker.